Nets and kurtosis. Oh, all right. Then we have to start from here, weighted mean. Weighted mean is an average measure in which we assign certain weightage to each value on the basis of certain priority or something like a preference. So then we multiply each value with the corresponding weightage, sum up and dividing by total weightage. Only difficult thing is that to remember which quantity is to be measured as average. For example, in this case, in this example, an instructor grades exam 20%, term paper 30%, final paper 50%. Grades exams 20%, term paper 30%, final exam 50%. And a student getting 83, 72 and 90 respectively. Find the student's final average grades. As these are the marks obtained by the students, we need to calculate the average of this amount. But each amount having a certain percentage. These marks obtained having percentage 20%. This one having 30%. And these marks having 50% of weightage. Multiply each marks obtained with the corresponding weightage and dividing by this total divided by total weightage. And also in this example, the same difficulty here. Bennett Distribution Company, a subsidiary of major appliances manufacturer, is forecasting regional sales for the next year. All right, every company, do this assessment on the basis of past experience. The Atlantic branch, with current yearly sale of $193.8 million, is expected to achieve a sale growth of 7.25%. On this currently a sale amount, they are expecting to achieve a sale growth of 7.25%. Okay, similarly in its second branch, Midwest branch, which is having a current sale amount of $79.3 million, and here they are expecting to grow by 8.20%. And in third branch, in which the sale sale amount is $57.5 million, and they are expecting here 7.15% sale growth. What is the average rate of sale growth? What is the average of sale growth? We need to calculate the average of sale growth. Forecasted for the next year. So what we will do in this case, what is the weightage and which amount is our variable? On this basis, this is our variable. Which we need to average. And these amounts 193.8, 79.3, 57.5, these are the weightage amounts. Multiply each value of X with the corresponding weightage and dividing by total weightage. Similarly, in all these following examples, just remember which amount to be averaged. The cost of 3 models of helicopters are shown below. Find the weighted mean of the cost of the models. Cost of the models. Here our variable is the cost. So multiply each value with the number of helicopters sold and dividing by total weightage. This amount dividing by 9 plus 6 plus 12. Okay, there is another average measure of harmonic mean. When our data is in ratio or proportion, when we have certain segments of time, with different inflation rate, with the different acceleration, with different growth rate, case we prefer harmonic. For example, a person drove 100 miles at 40 miles per hour speed and returns back with a speed of 50 miles per hour. What is the average speed? Generally, we take this average by adding both the speeds and dividing by 2. This is wrong. This is wrong. Let me calculate this average speed in a classical way. First, we find the total. What is the classical way of average? Total distance dividing by total time. So for this purpose, first we calculate the total time in both the journeys. On the way going, the total time is 100 by 40, which is 2.5 hours. And On the way back, the total time taken is 100 by 50. That is 2 hours. Hence, total distance divided by total time is giving an average rate of speed 44.44. This is perfect. But this is a time consuming. This calculation is because when more segments of traveling, then it would be difficult. For example, we are calculating, we need to calculate the time taken, let's say, in 50 segments, then it would be a time consuming. But we are just learning that which is the proper average in this case, and with the lesser calculation. Now we calculate this average using harmonic mean. Using harmonic mean, we are getting the same value of the average speed, 44.44. Which is almost exactly equal to the average rate calculated with this formula. We have discussed this example. Okay. Try these examples also using harmonic mean. Okay, the last topic of this discussion is the moment and moment ratios. Moments are just the average of various powers of the deviations. For example, in this case, the deviation is taken from mean value, and we are taking power 1 of this deviation. Summing up all these powers and dividing by n. This is called first moment about mean. First moment about mean. If the power taken is 2, that will be the second moment about mean, because deviations are taken from mean. In this way, we have first 4 moments about the mean, and they are denoted by M1, M2, M3, M4. These are very useful calculations through which we can calculate mean and variance easily. And also we can discuss the skewness and kurtosis of a distribution. If we have a group data, even then the technique will be the will be the same. All the powers of the deviations will be multiplied by the corresponding frequencies, sum up and dividing by total frequency. But at the moment, just remember different moments. First one is the moments about the mean. Now in the same way we calculate first 4 moments about origin. Why about origin? In this case, in all these 4 measures, the deviations are taken from 0. Deviations are taken from 0. X minus 0 power 1, x minus 0 power 2, x minus 0 power 3, x minus 0 power 4. We sum up all these powers and dividing by n. As xi minus 0 is meaningless, that's why, in fact, first moment about origin is sigma x over n, and second moment about origin is sigma x square over n. Third moment about origin is sigma x power 3 over n. Fourth moment about origin is sigma x4 by n. Remember the case of group data. We will not discuss the moments for group data. But just remember, if we have a group data, then how to calculate these moments? We just multiply the powers with the corresponding frequency, sum up, and dividing by total frequency or dividing by n. If we observe here, these elements about origin are denoted by M1 prime, M2 prime, M3 prime, M4 prime. If we look at their definition, the first one is directly the mean value. First one directly giving the mean value. And second one minus the square of first one. This is just the definition of the variance. Similarly, in this case, the case of the moments about mean, first one is always 0. First one is always 0 due to the numerator. What we have in the numerator, we are summing up the deviations from mean value. And we know the sum of the deviations from mean value is always 0. So due to numerator, first moment about mean is 0. And second is just the definition of the variance. This is the definition of the variance. So second moment about mean is equal to the variance. In this case, the case of the moments about origin, first one is directly giving the mean value, and the combination of first two is giving the variance. Recall that we have an alternative formula for the variance. This one and a square of this one. No need to mention here the power 1. This is just sigma x over n. So these are one of the conclusions we can have. Now we express first 4 moments about mean in terms of moments about origin. We have their relations. As we know, m1 is 0, m2 is equal to m2 prime minus m1 prime square. On the right hand side, we have the moments about origin, and on the left hand side, we have the moments about mean. So this is our second moment about mean in terms of the moment about origin, which is equal to, in fact, and on the right hand side, we have the moments about origin. Third moment about mean is equal to m3 prime minus 3 m2 prime m1 prime plus 2 m1 prime square. Similarly, we have a relation of moment, fourth moment about mean in terms of the moments about origin. We can verify these relations, but not necessary. Okay, if we need to verify, let's try. Okay, we were having our third moment about mean. By definition, by definition, okay, by definition, sigma x minus x bar power cube dividing by n. Now expand this cube, keeping n outside, also sigma outside the cube. The expansion is just for x minus x bar. We have x power 3 minus 3x square x bar plus 3x x bar square and minus x bar cube. Now apply a sigma to all the four terms and dividing by n. We have sigma x cube over n here, in first term, minus 3 sigma x square over n and x bar. Remember, here sigma is applied only to this term, where x bar is constant. These constants 3 and x bar will remain outside, plus 3 sigma x over n and x bar as square outside this sigma, and minus sigma x bar cube over n. Here x bar is a constant, and remember, sigma is applied to a constant. So in this way, it becomes n times. It becomes n time. So we have n x bar cube over n, and again simplifying, we have only x bar cube. Now by definition, first term is m3 prime what is this? Third moment about origin, minus 3. What is sigma x bar over n? This within the brackets. This is second moment about origin. And what is X bar? X bar is first moment about origin plus what happens here. This is again X bar, X bar. This is X bar. So this term becomes 3 X bar power 3 minus X bar power 3. Simplifying last two terms, these last two terms, we have M3 prime minus three M2 prime and after simplification we have plus 2 X bar cube plus 2 X bar cube. And what is X bar? X bar is our first moment about origin. So X bar is M1 prime cube. So this is our required relation. So we can also verify all the three relations. But no need to prove because in exam there will be I'm sorry. In exam there will be no proof, no verification, no derivation. Just remember these relationships because sometimes we are given first three moments about 2. Okay, there is another, I'm sorry, we have not discussed here. The third type of the moments is the moments about any value A. So first four moments about any arbitrary mean A. Or about x equal to A. So these moments are of this form. first four moments, here we have this definition. We will replace 0 with A. In first case, and in second case, also replace 0 with A. In third case, replace A. Case also replace A. For group data, just the deviations are changed. Replace A instead of 0. Rest of the expressions are the same. So we have these moments of this form. Just deviations are taken about the value A. Okay. Now let we have first three moments about a value 2. This is in fact the value of A. That's mean first three moments M1 prime, M2 prime, M3 prime are given, in which deviations are taken from about the value 2. In this way, these moments are given with the values A1, 16 and minus 40. Okay. What to do next? Show that mean value is 3. The variance is 15. And M3, what is M3? The third moment about mean, which is minus 86. Also, we may be asked to find the first three moments about origin, which are 3, 24 and 76. So first of all, look at the first moment about the value 2. Here, the power of the deviation is 1. No need to show the power 1. Just we have two terms and sigma is applied to this deviation. So apply sigma to both the terms, first upon x and then upon 2. A constant remains unchanged because when sigma is applied to a constant 2, it becomes n time, and dividing by n, again we have 2. So By applying sigma and dividing by n, we have this expression. -2 and this is equal to 1. As first moment about the value 2 is 1, so equate this expression equal to 1. Now just simplify this section only. Isolate this term, first term, sigma x over n. Sigma x over n now will be equal to 1 plus 2. From here, shift -2 on the right hand side. We have 2 plus 1 and equal to 3. What is left on the left hand side? On the left hand side, we have the definition of the mean value. This means the first moment about origin is 3, and also the mean value is 3. For the calculation of the variance, use the relation of the mean, second moment about mean in terms of the moments about origin, or also we can use the moments about the value 2. So we have m2 prime equal to 16 minus 1. The answer is 15. How we get the value 16? In as m2 prime is 16, this is given, and also we have a relation of the moments about origin in terms of the other moments, whether they are about origin or they are about any value a. In this case, a is equal to 2. So using this formula, directly we are getting the value of the variance, which is equal to 15. Okay. And similarly, as we have expanded this sigma, similarly, in this case, first expand the square, apply sigma to all the 3 terms and dividing by n, equating to 16, which is given. Second and third terms, let me check if we have attempted. Okay, we have attempted this one. The expansion of the square is equal to x I square plus 4 minus 4x. Apply sigma to all the 3 terms and dividing by n. So this situation we have. This is just the expansion. We have expand the square, summing up, dividing by n, and equal to 16, which is given, already given. Now we simplify this section only. Shifting 4 on the right hand side and sigma x over n, this one, sigma x over n, which is equal to 3, we have calculated, which is equal to 3. So 3 multiplied by 4, 12, minus 12 and plus 4. Shift them on the right hand side. So we have 16 plus 12 minus 4, which is equal to 24. So our second moment about origin is 24. Similarly, this third moment about the value 2 is given, which is equal to minus 40. This is given. But here just expand this cube and apply the sigma to all the 4 terms and dividing by n. We have this expression. This is the expression of the third moment about the value 2. Either we have of this form and also we have of this form, which is expanded form. And this is equal to minus 40. Now simplify this expression. Because sigma x over n we are given, which is equal to 3, and also sigma xi square over n is also calculated. We have calculated here, which is equal to 24. So 24 multiplied by 6 and also sigma xi over n, which is 3, 3 multiplied by 12. So in this way, 6 multiplied by 24, 12 multiplied by 3, minus 8. Shift all these terms to the right hand side, and after simplification, we get 76, which is our third moment about origin. Because in the statement, we need to verify their values. So all the first three moments about the origin, they are 3, 24 and 76. In this case, first 4 moments are given. First 4 moments about the value 2 are given. So we will convert them in first 4 moments about mean using the relation, and also we will calculate the first 4 moments about origin by expanding the powers. First 4 moments about mean just by using the relationship, and the first 4 moments about origin. For this purpose, we will expand the power. Here we have the power 1. Apply sigma to both the terms and dividing by n. Accept the first term. Shift all the others to the right hand side, and simplify. The answer is equal to 3. Similarly, expanding the square and we get these three terms. Then apply sigma to all the three terms and dividing by n. This situation we have. Accept the first one. Shift all the rest of the two terms to the right hand side, because this value we have calculated in above. Sigma x over n is calculated here, which is equal to 3. So shift all these two terms on the right hand side. We will get answer 10.5, which is equal to our second moment about origin. Similarly, calculate third and fourth. Okay, now as we have discussed skewness and kurtosis, but here also we have an alternative formula of skewness and kurtosis using these moments. Here the coefficient of skewness is also equal to m3 by m2 power 3 by 2. M3 and M2 are the moments about mean. M3 is third moment about mean, and M2 is the second moment about mean. As in above examples, in both the examples, we have calculated the second and third moment about mean. Here we have, in our first example, M3 is equal to minus 86 and M2 is 15. Putting these values in the formula, getting the answer, and then make a conclusion about the skewness. In the same way as we discussed in this section, if B1 is 0, there is asymmetry. The distribution is symmetric. If B1 is negative, the skewness is negative. If B1 is positive, the skewness is positive. Skewness positive means that the distribution curve, the frequency curve, is positively skewed. And also we can decide the kurtosis. Last time we have discussed this formula for the kurtosis: quartile deviation divided by P90 minus P10. But we can also decide about the kurtosis using this formula: M4 by M2 square, where M2 and M4 are the moments about mean. As in our second example, we have calculated fourth moment, which is equal to 6, and also third moment, second moment, which is equal to 1.5. So put these values in this formula. We have 6 by what was the value? 1.5 square. So simplify. 6 divided by 2.25. 6 divided by 2.25. The answer is 2.66. 2.66. So as this value is less than 3, when the value is less than 3, the curve is platykurtic. Platykurtic means that is a flat curve. A flat curve we have. So such conclusion we can also make through the moments. And also try these examples and exercises also. Today I will send this text. Now this text is complete. And next week we will start probability. Is there any question? Okay. At the in the end of this text, also we have an assignment. So you will not use these values. Generate using Excel sheet. You can generate such data in Excel sheet with this command. How can we generate? So first of all, generate a data of 100 values. Using formula random between. Here we have the range from third figure started from 100. So consider 100 to 500. You will get a value with this command. You will get a value in first box. But it is our our first box, drag this box downward up to A100. A100. So in this way, we will get 100 values ranging from 100 to 500. So every time you will get different values. So every student will use different set of data and calculate whatever we have studied. This data will be shown in our first column. If you could not generate these values, so manually enter the above mentioned data in first column and follow these instructions, in which we will construct a frequency distribution with this formula. Also calculate mean. Just put cursor in a box and apply this command. This will give you directly the mean of your data. Just type the mean on the left box, because in the highlighted box you will get the value. So you have to type the word mean in the left box. Similarly, calculate mode, first quartile, median, 7th decile, 75th percentile, minimum value, maximum value, geometric mean, harmonic mean, skewness and kurtosis, variance and standard deviation. Submit this assignment till Sunday. I am giving maximum time, because otherwise a student make excuses for internet, load shedding. But I am giving much time to submit this assignment. Submit this assignment till Sunday, not on Sunday, till Sunday. So without any excuse. First of all, you have to submit this assignment to CR. He will make a file and send through email on my ID, right? If you consult the book which I have mentioned, also I have uploaded in the group. We have covered 5 chapters of that book. Plenty of work we have done. आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा अगले 5 चैप्टर कब होते हैं। इसलिए मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज attend these classes. Otherwise, it would be difficult for you to get better marks, to get good grades. Try to attend these classes and also ask me if you have some problem through WhatsApp message. Try to resolve all the issues you have in this text. Just prepare this text. This is not so difficult. We have covered only 18 pages. Although at 18th page we have this assignment. Not so difficult, but it is difficult. Remember, it is very difficult if you don't attend the classes. जी हमारे लोकल स्टूडेंट सुन रहे हैं ना जी मेरी बात?
Yes,
लास्ट टाइम मैंने जब पढ़ाया था सिविल को, उस वक्त पेपर देखकर मुझे बड़ी हैरानगी हुई कि स्टूडेंट्स ने ऐसे क्वेश्चन किए, जो मैंने ऐसे मेथड लगाए जो मैंने समझाए ही नहीं थे। मैंने उनसे पूछा था कि भी ये आपने कहाँ से किया, मैंने तो आपको करवाया नहीं। उन्होंने कहा जी कि ये सीनियर से हमने किया था, ये फलां से मैंने किया था। तो वो गलत हो गया इनका। जब मैं आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ तो आप मुझसे क्यों नहीं पढ़ते? आप ऐसे किसी टीचर को तलाश करेंगे, आप किसी सीनियर को तलाश करेंगे। You should be in contact with me through this semester and ask me a question related to these topics anytime. Send me the text. I will reply, inshallah. Today only 25 are the participants. One more thing, remember. Attendance less than 75% will not be allowed to appear in final exam. बस ये मेरी एक सिर्फ ये बीमारी है मुझे बस, बाकी मैं हर लिहाज से बहुत अच्छा हूँ। अटेंडेंस के मामले में कोई रायत नहीं है। ये जरा ख्याल करना है। अगर आधी क्लास भी बाहर बैठ जाए तो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मैं देखूंगा कौन उन्हें अंदर बुलाता है। जरा पूछ कर देखना, ये चेयरमैन साहब बिठा लेंगे? चेयरमैन साहब नहीं, कभी भी नहीं कहेंगे। मैं ही कहूंगा तो अलाउ होगा। ओनली more than 75% attendance will be allowed to sit in final exam. Remember this thing. जो लोग रेगुलरली क्लासें अटेंड करते हैं, ये इनका क्या कसूर है? इनको भी वेटेज मिलेगी इंशाल्लाह। And these people are very much important for me, who regularly attend these classes. I'm sorry अगर किसी को मेरी बात बुरी लगी हो। ओके जी, अल्लाह हाफिज।